Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ECAC Esports. We got Rocket League tonight, and it is playoffs time. I'm Mr. Bepic, joined in the booth by the magnificent Mr. Tripp. And how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to see this playoff action, especially when we talk about where the bracket has gone so far and kind of the seeding matchups that we're seeing. This storyline is starting to get real interesting right now, Bepic.
Yeah, the seeding matchup's a little interesting for this being the quarterfinals. I was checking out the bracket earlier, and you'd think in the quarterfinals, the top 8 would be, 1 through 8. That's what it should be on paper, but only 3 of the current teams in the top 8 have one of those top 8 seeds. We've got 10th place, we've got 31st place, we've got 29th place. It's crazy right now. We'll have to see a matchup between the 10th seed and the 31st seed in Ball State University and the University of Hartford.
Yeah, and really, the University of Hartford run has been a slog, to say the very least. They've had to go through some incredibly difficult competition up to this point. They had a 4-0 sweep in the first round. That one was pretty easy. They had to go up against the number 2 seed, Farmingdale, in the second round. Took that one 4-2. They've been on a hot streak ever since.
They have. I mean, 2 of their 3 wins have come against the University of Central Missouri teams as well. It's not really a meaningful stat, but it's safe to say that the center part of the state of Missouri is not a big fan of this Hartford team. So they'll be cheering for their demise tonight, I think. But you're right. Beating Farmingdale State is a huge notch in the belt for Hartford, and they've gotten these upset wins while averaging 2.5 goals per game all throughout their playoffs run. So we got to watch out for Hartford tonight. But Ball State have not lost a game all season, and they are averaging 4.5 goals per game in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously stats don't tell the entire tale of the story, but when you're undefeated, when you have 4 goals per game or more as your average, that's a ridiculous stat. 2.5 goals per game, already pretty high when you think about Rocket League, but 4 goals is completely off the charts. I am excited, though, because what this most likely means is we are going to see some absolutely ridiculous scoring lines on this one, Bepic.
Yeah, that is for sure. I hope that's the case. I mean, I was looking at the playoff runs for either of these 2 teams before we got in, and I saw a 9-1 scoreline. I've seen several 5-4s. This should be a very high-scoring affair, and I say should be as well as secretly hoping that it's going to be a super high-scoring affair, because these best-of-7s are fun, just being best-of-7s even when they are low-scoring, but when it's the shoot-off that we're hoping this series is going to be, then it becomes even more exciting.
Yeah, a best of 7 is very interesting as well, because you get a little bit of time compared to a best of 5 where you can kind of feel out exactly how that series is going to go. You get that quick opportunity to see what the other team is going to bring to the table and give yourself an opportunity to maybe adjust to that a little bit. So don't necessarily expect that game number 1 tells the story of the entire tale. It's not going to be the whole series, going to be determined in that one game, but look for those game 2 adjustments. That's where I always find the key in a best of 7. Who is able to make the adjustment after game number 1 going into game number 2? Do we see that game 1 winner carry on with the series, or do we see that opponent make that adjustment, come back in game number 2 and start to make a difference?
Exactly, and neither of these 2 squads in their respective playoff runs have lost 2 consecutive games, so it's already kind of evident that they can make those big adjustments in these longer series that the ECAC introduced this season, which is exciting in and of itself, these best of 7s. And speaking of which, here we go. Game 1, trip into this best of 7 in the quarterfinals underway. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah, it's Wova who's got control of that ball at midfield. Spy will take over, looking for a shot on target here. We see UHart in blue, Ball State in orange for this best of 7 matchup. Nothing doing for either team up to this point. Woba's pass will be taken away by Astro. Daffy with the read off the backboard. Here comes Zath, goes low, and Spy with the save.
All right, just before this series, Zath was having some internet issues and had to get out of training and fix those internet issues. I'm wondering if that slightly inaccurate, slightly slow shot on target is a result of that. Maybe just a little bit of cold feet here in game 1, because that was a quality look for BSU, and here's another one.
Yeah, you don't want to have cold feet or cold hands when you come into a matchup in Rocket League. Taffy knows that as well. He can't get the redirect. Zath will have to let that one bounce hard off backboard. And right now we're seeing a lot of UHart just struggling to get out of their own half. The pressure from Ball State has been absolutely massive up to this point. UHart doing a good job of dealing with it, but that's not sustainable Rocket League. Eventually, you got to go to the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, especially with Ball State and the pedigree with which they play. I mean, their resume is stacked, and you need clears like this over and over again. Their offense is going to break through if they keep getting chance after chance. And though it is a short-lived offensive for UHart, it's something to build off of. It was a somewhat threatening chance, and if they can find more of those, flip the pressure onto Ball State. They're in a good spot, but finally, Zath finding the back of the net to kick off this series scoring-wise.
Well, you know that pressure eventually was going to work out for the Ball State team. You can't just have possession for 90 seconds of a Rocket League game, never score, and have, that end up working out for you. Ball State jumps down to that quick 1-0 lead. Nice dish off the backboard to get one on the board. UHart now will look to answer.
Oh, here goes Zath, though. Shut down at the midfield. That's well done. Got to attack them quickly. Wova, though, needs to be attacked quickly. They're going to place a flip reset shot on target. That's what happened, but Spy does find the block. It's a miss off the back wall, but covered up for the time being. Spy needs a big touch here, and they don't find it, but the ball not in a very lethal position. Ball State's being forced into less dangerous position. So improvement from UHart, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, the defensive positioning has given me a little bit of pause, I think, up to this point. They look a little out of sorts, a little confused, maybe, if you will, as to who's having what job, what position they're supposed to be in, when it's time to go, when it's not. Might be a little bit of those first game jitters, especially playing an opponent in Ball State who we know how capable they are on offense. Look for them to break out in the second half of this game, finally get one on the board, or at the very least make that adjustment, as we mentioned earlier, in game number 2.
Exactly, and the fact they're only down by 1 right now, very, very good sign. They just have to capitalize on this manageable game 1. Wova off the ceiling, will lose control, so that gives a little bit of space for Astro to step up, but another hard ball give Zath some chances towards the blue net. There's another opportunity. Daffy swoops in, slams it off the corner. It's a pass to Wova. The shot just off. UHart still holding on by a thread, but their legs are dangling, and they're in such a precarious spot.
Man, you thought the stats were talking about how aggressive this Ball State team is? Through game number 1, I have seen all 3 players next to the ball at least 3 or 4 times. I've seen incredibly aggressive turns as they lose possession in the opponent's half, and UHart is really struggling to deal with those aggressive turns. But the catch about those aggressive turns, eventually you're going to be out of position on defense. It leaves you very susceptible to counterattack. If UHart can figure that out, they can get a decent booming clear, win a couple of 50s, they'll put themselves in a good spot. They kind of do it right there, but it doesn't have the pace to get in the net.
Well, they put the ball where the defense wasn't, and that's opened up an opportunity here for UHart. That's a nice bump, though Zath still comes up with the touch they needed on that orange back wall. Ball floating menacingly, but Wova's up to it first. Astro pops it off the ceiling. Looked like they wanted to get it to themselves, but instead, Ball State all over that. They find a big clear now off the back wall of UHart. It is blocked. The defense all over Ball State at the moment, and it looks like Ball State finally pushed back.
And here comes the UHart offense a bit. Zath has control on the sidewall. Daffy will help out with that one, dish it out to midfield. Astro will be the first one there. Daffy off the sidewall with 30 seconds left on the clock. Nice clear, booming downfield. Here comes Astro, challenging Wova. Zath is right there. They get that one kicked out as well. And finally, UHart gets out of their own half to get a couple offensive opportunities, all of them taken away immediately.
Doing the midfield, though, nothing to go for that ball. No one finds a touch, so Spy required to make a save, and this is not the side of the field UHart wants to be on. They need a clear, and they need one soon, or else it'll have to be a play on 0 seconds, starting from their own half, or maybe the game ends here. Zath tried to make that the case, but Spy will get their way out, and they find Sir Plushy down the field to miss here. It's dangerous for BSU, but they spike the ball on their own goal line and do find a way to win game 1.
You know, I'm not going to lie, that 0-second opportunity was probably the most threatening thing I saw out of UHart in the entire game. BSU, 12 shots on target in that matchup, UHart saving 8 of them. So if you want to talk about stat lines telling the story, they absolutely did in this game. That pressure was on UHart for forever, Mr. Beffing, and that UHart was just, they were able to deal with the pressure. They only gave up 1 goal, but they couldn't get any pressure of their own.
Right, I mean, with the possession clock as one-sided as it is, I mean, that's great. Their defense phenomenal. UHart, that's great stuff. Keep it up, but you got to play offense as well. Defense does win championships, but you also have to score goals to win games to get to those championship points, and I'm sure they know that. I'm sure they'll be focusing on what worked when it came to getting out of defense, and that was finding the gaps in BSU's midline rotation, where they would place the ball where there weren't any orange cars, and then BSU were a little susceptible to mistakes. We saw Zath, I'm not going to call it an almost own goal, because I'm sure they meant to play it close to their goal, just off into the corner, but it was that close to that orange net a couple of times off of UHart clears, and those are openings that they're going to have to exploit as the 31st seed in this bracket if they do want to upset BSU.
Yeah, and we know that BSU is going to be making those aggressive turns when they are on offense. The speed of UHart is going to be what can potentially change that situation for them. They can get to that ball a little bit more quickly, get those reads out a little bit faster. Certainly things could go in their favor. 1-0 lead here for Ball State into this best-of-7 series. Quarterfinal matchup here at the ECAC. Daffy puts one on target. Opening goal for Ball State.
Tell me if you've heard this one before, Trippin. Suffocating pressure from BSU leads to a goal. That's what we saw in the first 14 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah.
Weird is right. Never seen that one before.
No, probably the first time I ever heard that statement, quite honestly. I can't honestly imagine that's something anyone ever would have really picked for this BSU team to do, but yet here we are, and Daffy scores the goal on one end, catches the save on the other.
I'm glad to see early pressure off that second kickoff of the game going the way of UHart. That's good, but they're sent back immediately again. Extended stays in the orange end have not been easy to come by for UHart, but this is still an opportunity to get us level quickly, find that immediate answer, but everyone's bunched up and no one has a really good challenge on that ball, so BSU a chance to double their lead. They'll be denied at first look, but still in a bad spot as UHart, they're slowly digging their way out.
Yeah, and they're going to slowly dig their way out because what they're lacking right now is boost and a whole heck of a lot of it. So many players just slowly driving up to the ball, hoping for the best, getting some free height off the backboard just to get in the vicinity of where the ball is. But Ball State, that aggression is twofold. Not only are they able to take the possession and the ball away, they're taking the boost away as well. Now there's a breakout opportunity. Wova gets the demo, puts it on target, but it's off of the post. Had the opportunity, did Wova, but could not finish.
That was a great setup, just couldn't quite get around the ball in time. BSU can strike at any second, and that's why these extended stays have to start coming to fruition for UHart, because they're getting some good looks, but it's followed up almost always by a clear right over their heads, back into the blue end. So back and forth we continue to go. BSU at least being forced to make some tough saves here. That's a good start for UHart, but you got to find the back of the net soon.
Yeah, I think that's the real key here. Through the first 2 minutes of the game, it doesn't look as much like what we saw in game number 1, where UHart just pinned on their own goal line and hoping for the best. They're getting out of trouble a little bit more often. They win a great 50 at midfield here, but Astro cannot make the touch to put it on target, which would give Zap for BSU a possession. Sir Plushy in the background. It's going to go off the crossbar. Great save on the goal line as well to keep this one right where it is at 1-0. Wova's aggressive turn is taken away by Spy into the corner.
The clouds are starting to gather, a flip reset storm beginning to take form on the UHart end. Zath, one of his own, a carry towards net, one to beat, but Spy again, clutch on the goal line for Hartford. Had 6 saves in game 1 and looking to add significant amount to that total here in the second game as they're still coming up with big touches. It leads to a clear, but oh, what just happened there? I saw a jumble of cars and then a Wova goal.
Yeah, I really thought for sure this one was going to be incredibly dangerous. It looks like Astro ends up hitting a teammate. No, both of them fighting for that ball. Zat's clear was quite honestly poor. You never ever want to hit the ball off your sidewall back into midfield if you don't have to. If you have the opportunity to hit it literally anywhere else. Zap kind of got bailed out there by what I would consider a mistake there by UHart. Now Ball State has doubled the lead, extended it out to 2. First team in this series to score more than 1 goal in a game.
Oh, Daffy had a chance to make it 3 and be the first team to score 3 in this series, though. Early it is in this best of 7. The execution woes continuing for UHart. That has to change at some point because BSU seems like they're heating up. Fortunately, UHart, it seems the same for them as well. They're just unable to get that finishing touch on target, and that's why I still have that goose egg on the board next to their name. Need some good clears. They've found them. Now they need to upgrade their game even more, get some good shots.
Yeah, need an opportunity to get something going here in the final 90 seconds. Cannot make the clear up to this point. Daffy capitalizing on that inability to get the clear ball. And at 127, a third goal here for BSU. They've got complete control in game 2.
Well, that was what I was looking for, just the wrong team. Ball State, I know you can slam shots home, and Daffy proved that right there, got up to the ball so quickly, and the defense not quite expecting the pace with which the rock was struck there, and now down 3-0. UHart, take some notes, because you're going to need them in Game 3 if you can't make some kind of a comeback happen here. And with what I've seen from their offense, I think 3 goals in 75 seconds is possible, Trippin, but it's going to be very, very difficult, and it requires some big changes.
Incredibly difficult. I mean, it is going to be a monumental undertaking. At the rate that they are going, it's a monumental undertaking enough as it is just to get 1 on the board. So far, shut out through 9 minutes of Rocket League. Have not had any goals scored up to this point. Only 3 shots in game number 1. The shot totals here in game number 2 quite low as well, and Ball State taking every single advantage of that.
Now we're just kind of sitting in the midfield, wasting clock, and that suits Ball State. 1 for the road, perhaps. Well, I say for the road, but with 38 left on the clock, I think we may be seeing more Ball State goals, hopefully more UHart goals to give them something to build off of in the next game, but Daffy just kind of had their way with the UHart D.
Yeah, and so has all of the rest of Ball State up to this point, for lack of a better term. Really just had their way with the defense. 38 is left on the clock. Hartford still seeking their first goal. Ball State looking for a 5th here with Daffy, who already has a hat trick in this game. Coming off of that last goal. Still looking for more, though. Our Ball State want to keep your foot on the gas as long as possible, especially when you're in the playoffs. That shot going off the post. And at least for now, UHart survives not giving up a 5th goal.
And even if they do give up a 5th goal, they're in decent company. UHart is against Ball State because just the last round, as Daffy puts in, that 5th we were just talking about, against the College of Staten Island, who is a very, very good Rocket League team. They've got some big names on that roster. They lost. They got scored 5 goals on in game 1 there, then gave up 4 in the second game. Their defense just could not keep this Ball State roster bottled up. It seems a near impossible task, and I think we're seeing the effects of that here in the second game of this series.
Yeah, quite honestly, I don't know what can contain this Ball State offense, and I know right now that Ball State can 100% contain the Hartford offense. They have no issues with containing that up to this point. And we talk about adjustments and how important they are to be making, especially in a best of 7. Adjustment is 100% what has to happen at this point. I don't know what the adjustment is for UHart. They look outclassed. They look outsped. Again, shot disparity massive in this last game. 10 for BSU, only 2 for UHart. To only register 5 shots across 2 games is not going to be a way to get to victory.
Yep. 22-5 is the total shot tally across the first 2. And, I mean, UHart has had some decent opportunities. The ball's fallen in good spots for them in offense. I think back to a free back wall opportunity that Astro had, just couldn't place it on net. And honestly, it just feels like that final touch is the biggest problem of UHart. They found good clears. They made Ball State to get out of a few tough spots on the orange side of the field. They just couldn't translate that into solid opportunities. And I don't know if it's a mental thing that they have to change, or if they just have to keep playing Rocket League until those shots start falling. I'm not sure. It depends on the player, I think. And they have to know that at this point, because this is playoffs and you're down 0-2 in a best of 7 series now. You really, really have to get the O-line going.
Yeah, got to get those victories when you can, and a victory here, whether it's moral or not, does not matter. After 10 minutes and 4 seconds of Rocket League, coming off of a kickoff, it's Spy dunking Daffy for the first Hartford goal.
A little bit of a spoiler dunk right there. I like that. Spy throwing their dominus at the ball and just hoping that it turns into a shot on target. That's what I want to see immediately out of the gates, out of the center circle. A goal for UHart. They almost gave up the equalizer, but we'll move on and ignore that.
Going to be off the back wall here for Zaz, dropping straight down in front of the net, and a quick equalizer here for Ball State. They're not going to spend any time, Bepik, worried about being down by a couple of goals. They're going to even it up as soon as they can.
Yeah, that's a nice 1-goal lead you got there, UHart. How about we just take it away, is probably what Ball State just said immediately off of kickoff, scoring their first game, first goal of Game 3. That's what good teams do. They take potential momentum-building plays and completely squander them for their opposition.
4 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. It's Wova to the back wall, drops down in front of the net yet again. That's how Ball State got their first goal of this game. Daffy goes low. Astro collects a save. At least for now, the defense of Hartford stepping up a little bit, but Ball State's got that pressure. Reset off the ground here for Zath. Now has the flip reset as well. Might have missed it, else I would have thought that they would use it. Daffy missing that one, so a couple different missed opportunities here. Daffy with the redirect in front of the net. Wova can't put that one on target either. And the post starting to save the day a little bit here for Hartford.
Oh, Wova cannot catch a break, and that spot they just spent the last 10 seconds in, that's 3 opportunities now they haven't been able to get around the ball and turn into goals, unless they be goals, and, well, that might just come back to bite them, because Sir Plushy just scored a long ball. I think Ball State got a little bit too aggressive there.
It works out, though. Sir Plushy will hit that one off, and I told you, coming into game number 1, the crazy thing about this incredibly aggressive Ball State offense is when you are this aggressive, you are susceptible to counterattack. UHart knew it, and they finally get the booming cleared they have been dying for the last 2 games. That gets them their second goal and their second lead.
2 for 2 right now is UHart. This is the kind of game of Rocket League they have to play if they aren't going to outpossess BSU, which I don't think they are. Now, can they maintain that lead? It's going to be difficult the next 3.5 minutes. I think they'll have to add to it if they are going to take this game. That's the wrong way if you are UHart. An incidental touch there in the midfield. It allows a chance here for Daffy. They don't get all of that ball, but Zath going to have the midfield line covered. Daffy to redirect it center for Wova. Spy gets up and needs to play at the point of contact, but BSU is not done.
No, they are not, and the boost management, again, really not going in the favor here of Hartford. It's Spy who's able to get in front of a 50. Astro with the speed, not able to get it on target. Wova continuing to play that ball in front of their own net. Sir Plushy able to beat them one-on-one with Daffy, but doesn't have the speed or the momentum to collect that goal, and now Ball State will come on a counterattack of their own.
Astro does block it and keeps control of it as well. It's very well done. Now Zath has 0 boost, has to retreat, but Daffy got behind the ball, and that's going to buy so much time for BSU to get back and defend against this, which it'd be quick to do, though shot from Sir Plushy, a little bit lacking. That's the finishing touch problems I'm talking about. That had to be a missile on net.
Yeah, it really had to be on target. It just quite wasn't. We've seen a couple of defensive miscues as well from Ball State, where touches have been close to the target for UHart. There's been no defender, but Hartford hasn't been able to collect the goal. They've got a little bit of the open net woes. You know, one of the best defenders in Rocket League is the open net, and right now it is beating up Hartford big time.
That it is, but if they can find just one more, I'm sure is what they're saying to themselves. One more will turn in that goal, and Daffy is going to do that on a relatively open net. It wasn't exactly undefended. There was one player left, but for a player of Daffy's caliber, that's essentially open.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple times here with Spy on the backboard using every single Unreal unit of that dominance to try to get in front of the ball and get some clears. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't, and that's one that did not go in their favor. Ball State tying it up late, an infield pass right to Daffy. Sir Plushy is there, now going the other way, counterattack. Here's Astro in the air, off the backboard, double tap opportunity. That one does not go, and Daffy will survive here for Ball State, clear it into the corner and go the other way.
Spy dove in, but they are back in time. Sir Plushy does well, at least keep the ball in the corner for now. Astro next up. They get their wheels on the back wall. Not quite so Zath. A free back wall to pass with, and Daffy comes in a bit too heated right there. Zooms a little bit over that ball, and so the offensive going to slow down but not die out for Ball State. Plays in the corner. Sir Plushy going to change that with a big clear.
Daffy will take this one off of the back wall. They will get yeeted into oblivion. Spy will go with the bounce shot. That one will hit the crossbar as well. Sir Plushy, last back, going to go over the top. Daffy with the solid 50. Wova and Zath both going up. Good communication there for Zath to call off Wova to make sure they don't accidentally double commit on that ball. Continuing the pressure here at 45 seconds to go. Our Ball State double tap. Back down out to midfield. Zath is there on the reception. They'll cross it. They'll take some control. They'll get a flip reset off the backboard as well. Going for the save here is Spy. They'll get it. Astro jumps in front as well to take another save.
Wova has got to feel so hard done by this series so far. So many chances just narrowly saved or unshootable. But Zath may find it back. Pass to Daffy. Bar down and in. Ball State will not be denied a game.
The crossbar has been doing a heck of a job here for Hartford, keeping the ball out of the net, but it only lasts for so long as Daffy's able to get in front of the ball, just get a light touch on it, roll it on into the net. A late lead here for Ball State. They've played very, very well with the lead the entire rest of the series. Only this game has really been a struggle. They only have to hold on, Mr. Betbeck, for 15 more seconds.
It's scary when they can just dominate a game, but when they can come back so fervently, I mean, come on, BSU putting home their fourth, and this game essentially on ice. There's time, but BSU took over the second half of this game and should be 3-0 in this best of 7.
Winning that kickoff and scoring that goal so quickly is really going in the favor of Ball State and really showing the resolve that this team has to come from behind, to hold on to victories. Zath will waste as much time as possible going back and forth across the back of the net. We'll hit 0 seconds, and Spy finally gets a great clear here for Hartford, but it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late.
Yep, Hartford played a much better game again. They're on that positive linear trend line,
yeah.
But BSU also is, and they keep holding UHart at arm's length no matter what Hartford does. It feels like. I mean, so much better from UHart. 6 shots in this one. That's more than their combined total from games 1 and 2. But BSU put up 17. That's an absurd number in one regulation game.
I mean, you don't score 4 average goals per game without shooting 15 or 16 times per game. So 17 more on target really shouldn't be all that surprising. The defense was solid, though, for Hartford, and really, it probably should have been a 3-2 game. It really just comes down to losing one kickoff, which I don't really count at all. The game probably a little bit closer on paper than it was on the end of the overall stat line. But the important thing to note now is that BSU is on match point. They've won 3 in a row. They're looking for a 4th. If they take this one, they will move on to the semifinals. And the only option now for Hartford is a reverse sweep.
Yep, against a team that has not lost a game all season. Technically 7-1 is BSU in a series record, but that one loss was a forfeit. So they have not lost a single game. That's why, because Daffy can just do that off kickoff and completely dash all the hopes and dreams of Hartford.
Yeah, kickoffs have been a godsend so far for Ball State. They have taken control of the overwhelming majority of them. I think I've only seen them get scored on or even just lose a possession on a kickoff maybe once this entire time. And they take the opening kickoff coast to coast, get a quick goal, and this Ball State team with the lead, I tell you, Mr. Beckbeck, is almost unstoppable.
It's terrifying. I'm so glad I don't play collegiate Rocket League and have to get into the lobby at least on a pitch against teams like this, because it's just so easy for them. I mean, Daffy carried that ball essentially coast to coast with the utmost ease. Went up, faked the double, got Spy to jump, and then Wova just turns it in like it's nothing.
I mean, you're talking about feeling great that you don't have to play competitive Rocket League. Like, at this level, I'm feeling the same exact way. I feel so bad for Spy. Doing the best that they can to defend that one. Has 2 attackers coming straight at them. Doesn't know which way is up or down or whatever could possibly happen in that situation. Does not find the save. They go for a little bit of offense here. That one does not go either. Sir Plush with a great dunk.
Hey.
Field has an opportunity to score. They'll go the other way. Don't count out this Hartford team just yet.
They are human. Ball State is human, and they make mistakes like this. Double commit, and then Wova just simply can't read a difficult ball that's already over their head. That's good from Hartford, being in a position to capitalize on a moment like that, keep this game manageable, keep themselves afloat in the tidal wave that is Ball State.
Yeah, but the problem is they're only floating about as well as the Titanic, about, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes left in the movie. Really not in a phenomenal situation right now, just kind of hoping that the band will continue playing so that they can get onto one of those life rafts. They haven't had the opportunities to do that up to this point. 1 minute of this game is gone. Wova looking to make it a 2-goal lead. That's exactly what they do. And Mr. Bepic, look at the control here from Wova.
It's immaculate. The touch to themselves, a little pop, and then the finish over what wasn't a poor attempt at defense by Astro. I mean, they got up quickly, just had that one little millimeter of net that was uncovered that was found.
So go kickoff in favor of Ball State again. How many times have we had to use that line so far in this game? Zap, the ceiling reset, has the boost, has the shot, but it goes off the crossbar. Nova comes in to finish. Crossbar takes that one away. Daffy will come in and finish that one up. And that's how we see Ball State scoring as much as they do, but also shooting as much as they do. Bepic, 3 different times that ball was on target. Only once it went in. A 30% shooting percentage in a span of about 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's tough offense to stop. I mean, just the first opportunity alone out of Zath was absolutely incredibly mechanical. Wova should have put that in, but the fact that the third man is so far pushed up because the confidence that Ball State has is so tough to defend against, so tough to play against. If you're anyone playing this BSU squad, let alone the 31st seed in playoffs. And I'll stop bringing that up because I don't think it's an apt descriptor anymore for Hartford, considering the wins they've gotten in the playoffs. But BSU's making them look the part with their indomitable victory in this series.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Cinderella runs is that at some point in time, you're pretty likely to run into a buzzsaw, and I think right now Ball State looking like one of the best teams in the tournament with this performance, because clearly their opponents are no slouch. Hartford already took out the number 2 seed in this bracket. This is not a team that is just going to get walked all over by great teams, but if this is what we are seeing for competition level in the quarterfinals, expect even better in the semis. And Hartford continuing to keep up. Their spirits are not broken yet. They get a goal off of a kickoff. They're down by 3 with 3 minutes. It's possible, but they have it to stop the Ball State offense to make it work.
Yeah, good job getting a second goal, and I'm going to sound mean-spirited here because, you know, I'm evil. 1/2 of all the goals scored by UHart in this series have come off kickoffs, and that's not sustainable offense, especially when your defense has all kinds of holes in it, poked and prodded at by Daffy and company, who just does this all themselves.
Yeah, definitely a phenomenal read, and we're talking about kickoff goals here, a clear kickoff goal here for Ball State. They again, you said most of the goals that have been scored up to this point have been because of kickoffs in favor of Hartford. Well, guess what? Ball State has been able to do the exact same thing. They've scored 4 or 5 goals off of kickoffs themselves. At this point, you can't even say that a kickoff is a favorable opportunity for Hartford because Ball State has been so good.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 chance. Do we get scored on or do we get a goal to our name? And then in the meantime, while you're trying to figure out the odds and all the calculations, Ball State's putting up double taps and flip resets on you, and they're scoring 3 goals in that span of time. And UHart's still going backwards. They can't find clears right now because they have no boost. The speed with which BSU is playing is suffocating Hartford, and it's tough to watch.
They came in with a game plan they have executed to perfection up to this point as we hit the final 2 minutes of game at number 4. Ball State looking for the sweep. Hartford continuing to put on everything that they can, leave everything out on the pitch here in the ECAC finals. Going down, one more opportunity, 1:45 to go. Hartford coming in trying to make something happen.
Sir Plushy shut down immediately. Second opportunity is Spy, passing it to Astro. It's a successful passing play in the midfield to keep possession in the name of Hartford, but Bova going to slow things down. Sir Plushy speeding them right back up. The double, though, no good. A tight quarters play, unsuccessful, but Hartford beginning to circle, beginning to swarm. They need a third goal. They need it soon. They have to put up at least 4 goals in the final 75 seconds.
Going to need some boost to make that happen, which has been a struggle the entire time. The crossbar saves the day yet again. Wova will go with the squishy and play this one back towards their own end. Spy with 0 boost. Gonna get a big dominance flick off the backboard. Daffy is there. Sir Plushy is gonna be there as well. Neither of them hit it, and that's what we call Mr. Bepic in the industry, a whifty-whifty.
Yeah, that was a lot of whifty-whifty going on in the orange box. And that suits Ball State just fine. They are content to miss the ball as long as their opponent does the exact same thing and just saps that little bit more off of the clock that as soon as it hits triple zeros, this game's over. But do we get tied up before that point? We'll see.
It's a long way to go, but you have to start somewhere. Astro, a big bump to clear the way for Spy to have a wide open net. They drill that one 60 miles per hour now in the final 40 seconds, chasing 3 goals.
Well, this looks more like the roster that's averaged 2.5 goals per game out of Hartford. Their offense has come online a bit more in this game. Like I said, that trend line is positive for them. Just haven't been able to find an answer to the BSU offense. And that's a double commit you really can't afford at this point. Surplus has to do so much right here. Get the ball down, beat Wova somehow, and they can do the first, but not quite the second. And now Zath can dish in a seventh. Oh, that pesky ceiling, though, going to deny it. But with 10 seconds left, BSU going to win. And tripping real quick, I want to point out, if Boise State wins their series this week, it's going to be a BSU versus BSU semifinal matchup.
Yeah, I do not envy the casters who are going to be stuck with that one. But on the bright side, you literally can't be wrong. If you pick BSU, you will 100% win that series, no matter what happens. But we see BSU, at least in this one, Ball State University, that is, absolutely running away with this one. Again, no shout or no really shame to Hartford, the performance that they put up, but Ball State firing on every single cylinder that they had. The team looks in peak performance right now. And if you're a fan of college basketball and you like the March Madness bracket, I mean, this bracket is like twice that size. It's massive. But the important thing is to get hot at the right time. Ball State looks hot at the right time.
Yep, that's why I love the ECAC, is because it's so huge. So many teams can step up and make runs like BSU is doing. And it feels like, I think that the 10th seed in this massive bracket is definitely not an apt descriptor of Ball State, because of the fact that they haven't lost a game all season and their only loss is a forfeit. I think that knocked them down a couple of pegs. I would not be surprised to see them playing Boise State, and probably, if they replicate this performance, beating Boise State in the next round.
Yeah, it's certainly possible they can make that run. I think, there's not going to be a whole lot of teams left in the bracket at this point that can probably match that sort of pace. There's a couple other names out there that maybe we could see, give BSU a run for their money. But most certainly when we get to that point, we're going to see some fantastic matchups. I know right now we're searching to see if we can get an interview with one of the players from Ball State. If we do get a chance to bring them in here, Bepic, that'll be a lot of fun just to hear how solid that roster is.
Yeah, I gotta know the secrets to not losing Rocket League games, because that's been a problem of mine since I started playing. But we'll get that interview in a second with one of the BSU players. Hopefully they are ready. We're gonna go to a short break in the meantime, so enjoy yourself in the short time you've got off before we're back with more ECAC.
do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch it.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord.
Welcome back to ECAC Rocket League. We've got Zath from Ball State University, hot off a pretty dominant 4-0 series win. Zath, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, it was obviously it was a 4-0, but I had a great time out there. You know.
It certainly looked like you guys were having a great time. I mean, saw the offense, saw the double taps and everything. One thing I mentioned on the broadcast a couple times, obviously you guys are playing super aggressive. That looks great, but it makes that opportunity when another team can get those counterattacks on you. What do you guys do to stop that counterattack when you're being so aggressive?
I mean, when we're playing a better team, we probably won't be as aggressive. I mean, we're only doing that because we could get away with it with a team that is not up to our level. I mean, we are a CRL team. We competed and qualified and competed this season in CRL. So we're used to playing the best of the best teams. So we can adapt really, really well in certain scenarios.
Very, very savage. Love to see it. But if we're talking about the competition, the other question I wanted to ask anyway, and I'm really glad you brought this up, only a couple teams that are actually left in this bracket. Are there any teams out there that really scare you guys, make you nervous, make you have to play a game style that we didn't see today that we might have seen from Ball State and CRL?
I mean, obviously Fisher is in this ECAC, and they're like one of the best teams in the entirety of the world. They are an online school, and they just compete from their homes, but they are professional players, and they came together to form a team. And obviously that's going to be a tough team to play against, and that's a team that's going to be more aggressive than us because they're, you know. So then we'll have to play our game strategically and as well as we can.
So I assume that your game is the biggest reason behind your undefeated status. I mean, you guys haven't lost a game all season in the ECAC Rocket League division. What's the secret to that? What's the secret to playing your game? Is it just pure confidence, pure trust? What is it?
So we kind of have like roles on our team. Like I'm like the super like aggressor / mechanical player. So I can form a play out of nothing, set up a teammate out of nothing. Like that's what I try to do. That's like my role. And then I can hit some crazy shot. Like I almost hit a couple in the series. I try to hit, you know, some flashy stuff. But then we have the Rock, Daffy. He's our Rock. He's our fundamental player. You know, we trust him to make those clears, those saves out in the back of the pitch. You know, we have him as the Rock, and then Wilva is just always up there with me on offense. And he plays with me. He's always there for my plays that I give to him.
All right. Well, I appreciate the breakdown, and I appreciate you chatting with us, Zath. Good luck in your next series.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Zath from Ball State University, and that is our one and only series here tonight on the ECAC Esports channel. We've got Overwatch 2 after this. Fisher versus Delaware with Sam Toxin, Twin Salty on the call. So, Trippin, I appreciate you joining me in the booth, and of course, Pack Games in the background, pressing all the buttons. That'll do it for Rocket League. So, we're going to say a good night for now and enjoy Overwatch.
Down all the doors, guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big. Foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big.
Tensions are rising here in ECAC Overwatch 2 as our teams are starting to eye the grand finals that are coming up in just 1 week. And for our 2 teams here tonight, Fisher College versus University of Delaware, a lot is riding on the line. My name is Sam Talks. Joining me is Jesse Twin Salty. And like I said, Jesse, a lot riding on the line.
So much riding on the line here. Quarterfinals, number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed, an absolute it's a gross match. Like last time these guys played against each other in the regular season, Fisher won 3-0. We're in a very different meta though now, because we are legit 1 day after the new patch, brand new season 2. There's been some interesting changes that I could see definitely kind of switching up what we saw just from a few weeks ago.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that we need to talk about, the elephant in the room. These teams have been playing this entire season pretty much in one patch. We already have kind of the idea of how we want to be doing. You know, a little bit here and there. We've seen some of the Zarya nerfs that came through as well. But now we've been having fun in this banana rush. But here we are, a whole new world. We still trying to figure out and piece things together. Doomfist got a much needed buffs to him to help make him better and make him stronger. But that's the thing, right? Are these teams going to be capable of playing this destructive force who's been able to go all over the field? And of course, some major nerfs came through as well for especially the terror of the field, the DPS queen herself, Sojourn.
Yeah, she is not as oppressive anymore. She is not this, you know, one-person wrecking crew that's going to wreck shop with your entire team if she hits her rail shots from far range. Her damage fall-off is a little bit more harsh. I think it's like 40 meters now instead of 70. And that timer for that charge goes away way faster. Like, I was playing her earlier today. You don't realize how quick that is now going away. So I'm curious if we're going to see some adaptations. Obviously, you said Doomfist, a pretty decent pick now if you know how to play him. I think Hog is still very good, and that matchup is just so weird because if the Doom can get away, they can get enough done in the back line. But the Hog could also counter and work on the counter dive for the Doom. So it's this weird back and forth game. It's like, okay, you know, we're gonna make a move. How are you going to adapt? And I want to see, especially Delaware tonight. You know, they are the underdogs going into this. Fisher is one of the top teams right now in the country. So are they going to be able to make those adaptations and take advantage of a brand new patch? Or is Fisher just going to keep doing Fisher things?
We're going to have to find out. And I mean, Fisher, a Goliath in the field right now, a team to be reckoned with. But our first map of the evening is going to be Lijiang Tower, picked by Fisher themselves. You know, Jesse, this is the map, right? This is a map that feels good. This is the control map where everyone loves to play on because it's just so balanced.
It is so balanced, and you can see so much variety in what teams want to try and run. Like this is going to be more, you know, you can see the Junkrat. We're going to see the Sim come out. And we do have an interesting one already. It's going to be, again, Doom versus Hog. Fisher electing to go with the Doomfist, and at least the Sim to go out of spawn. And now shifting over to that Junkrat for a lot of close range pressure.
I like the Junkrat pick, though. It's like you said, a lot of close range pressure, especially when you see say a Roadhog, but Ideal Warrior is just gonna walk right in there and hook the Junkrat, immediately taking them off of the field. And so Fisher down their DPS, and it's looking really good for Ideal Warrior, who is putting this Roadhog to massive work.
As we were saying earlier, it's like, yes, the Doomfist can definitely work, but if the Hog's landing hooks, there's not a lot the Doomfist can do, right? Like, they can punch him, they can stun him, maybe out of the breather, but that's really about it, and he can live just for so dang long, Sam.
He really, oh my word, Jesse. Ideal Warrior. That's a massive hook percentage that they're able to get to continue. Of course, it was on to Faded, who was playing the Doomfist, and they were able to get out, but still, landing that kind of puts them on the back foot for a bit there. You can see that they're not engaging as quickly as what we may have possibly seen. And Nate 12, even though we have seen these Sojourn nerfs coming through, are actually going to be playing this, but you can kind of see what's happening. Not as much of a terror on the field as she once was.
Definitely not. A new terror, though, into this battlefield is the Tracer. Goes from 5 to 6 damage per shot, and honestly has been, I would say, an underrated pick over these last, day or so. And Killer already has that Pulse Bomb online after the Junkrat pick not working out early on.
Ooh, 3 ultimates, and already we're going to have a Kitsune rush from both of our Kirikos. We're going to see which one is going to have the most impact for their team. Hyper, feeling a little bit dangerous, is going to pop their beat to keep the team alive and Faded inside of their Meteor Strike, just using that to get back to safety and get their health back. But we're going to see what we can do with this power block that can now be blocked from all directions. You can use that to stay safe. Depresso popping the Roadhog duplicate. Not able to quite land a hook that they need, but inside of this, you're going to use the whole hog. Ideal Warrior got to live for a little bit thanks to that protection Suzu, but just a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, it's not going to matter too much as Fisher able to pull it out. 5 ultimates from them. Delaware had to use, 4? So 9 ultimates throughout that fight. Pod the only one not able to build up their ultimate quite yet. Still sitting at 84% and counting for that Death Blossom, which may only be the only ultimate factor come this next fight.
It's going to be important to get as much use of that as you possibly can. Fisher is sitting at 70% on the board, inching closer and closer to their victory. Bot is going to be a little bit bullied, but a really good protection. Suzu kept Faded alive, but Nate 12, even with those Sojourn nerfs, is able to get the pick that they needed to. The tank does go down, but so does Nate, traded out. However, for Delaware, the loss of Fisher's tank may give them the opportunity that they need. It's all going to rely on the rest of the team being able to get hooks, especially for Ideal Warrior. Now with Mikan gone, we get to see just what happens here. Oh, there we go. That's the Death Blossom that we needed. You go to the back lane, you take out Goose, you deal a whole lot of damage to Faded, and right in overtime, Delaware is going to be able to make the flip.
Maybe a little more than Delaware wanted to use, but the Blue Hen still alive in this round, even able to get that stagger kill over onto Depresso. And that's how Delaware want to try and fight this. Just have Pod sit with Ideal Warrior, wait for them to land a pick, and try and finish off the hook target.
Oh, this is going to be dicey. Ideal Warrior, you still do have your whole hog. Mikan, however, does have a beat to keep the team safe and alive if they need to, and a speed boost is going to launch them right in there. Faded inside of the Meteor Strike, not able to find anybody, but enough damage to deal. Juno not able to be saved by the beat as Hyper drops it just a little too late. Now Depresso inside of the duplicate, looking to build up as quick as they can to that Death Blossom. Any target, any potentiality is not going to be happening as they do get knocked out of it, but the laser beam of death is living up to his name as Nate 12 goes down. Fisher is going to be able to make the flip relatively soon. Pod 36K, just barely alive. Down they go. Depresso, an Echo to be feared right now.
Not a pick that we've seen a lot of since, Overwatch 2 began, to be honest with you. As she's kind of just been this pick that's like, yeah, it can work. But with the changes to her ultimate, her only having a max of 300 health whenever she duplicates kind of had people shift away from her a little bit. And also, just Sojourn being oppressive earlier on in the life of Overwatch 2. I like this, though. It's like, all right, you can try and focus down that hog a lot easier with that focusing beam and punish them if they do fall under that 50% threshold.
And I'm excited as to what's going on here for the side of Delaware. They're kind of hovering over the Doomfist still. Ideal Warrior is abandoning the hog, seeing if they're going to be able to have more impact with the Doomfist. And the question is, are they? Because Faded has been doing a fantastic job so far. A little bit of a rocky start against Ideal Warriors Roadhog, but once they got going, they really got going. Already, right off the bat, Nate 12 immediately targeted by Faded, who's got a triple kill, Jesse.
Well,
what?
Wow. That is, yeah, you know, Doom, like, definitely back in the meta, Sam. Definitely, he's definitely around.
What can we even say to that? I mean, Faded just played that, like, they've been playing Doomfist for years, immediately get into the backline. An opening pick onto Nate 12, just perfection, execution at its finest.
What is a perfect step? Like, okay, they're gonna have it. They're going already back to calling. Like, yeah, no, we don't want the smoke of the Doom mirror.
Ideal Warrior wasn't even able to hit their heal.
Yeah.
Fisher is just, this is a clinic on what they want to do here. And that's get to the grand finals, Jesse.
Hey, that's what they need to do at this point, right? Like, that is their mission, get to those grand finals. And honestly, with the few upsets that we've had, right? Boise State has to take a forfeit loss earlier in this, was one of the higher seeds in this tournament. Ball State's playing over right now in Esports U. We're kind of curious on where they settle in, but Fisher, definitely the favorites, and they're definitely playing like it.
Listen, we've been putting a lot of love into Faded. Look at what Depresso is doing, however, on this Echo as well. A lot of that final round team fight that we saw in Control Center was really based on what they were able to do. They really stepped up and was able to get the kills that they needed to. All right, Depresso, we've seen Faded. We've seen Ideal Warrior. What can you do as the Doomfist? Unfortunately for themselves, not much inside of that duplication. They were getting beat all over the place. A nice stick from Keller, but not a kill that's going to be happening. We're going to see the two Traces fighting out against each other. The buffs that do come in are going to be doing a lot of damage. Once again, we see Faded using this Meteor Strike just to be able to stay safe as they're going to be dropping down. Hyper is going to use the beat in order to keep the team alive through that Meteor Strike. Now we have the intersecting Kitsune rushes and Nate 12 inside of the overclock. Just unfortunately not able to get a kill. And you know what? Pre-nerf Sojourn, that Echo would have been brought out of the sky.
Oh yeah, they would have been gone. But honestly, if you're Delaware, you just gotta settle down a little bit, right? Like, you've been playing on the back foot a lot of this round especially. Take a breath now. You have the ultimates in your favorites. Try and start rotating those around. You know, Fisher, if anything, are going to have another pulse, but that's really about it for this fight. So as long as you don't get over aggressive here with your ultimates, try and maybe keep that pulse bomb in your back pocket for the next fight.
Ooh, Pod 36,000. A post bomb and a dream. And a potential way to end this team fight even before it begins. And you can see they're looking for someone. They stick Goose. But what does Goose have as a Kiriko, Jesse? They have a Protection Suzu. And so it completely nullifies what that pulse bomb is going to be able to do. Nate 12 is proving that even Sojourn inside of their nerfs can be scary if used in the right hands, as they stepped up and put Fisher back into the spawn room.
Part of the changes though that came with Soldier, her damage of her regular shot actually got increased from 9 to 10. So it's not like she's out of this meta. It's just you gotta play her a lot more smart, and Nate's still doing a great job of keeping that right distance.
And it's all the most important thing is being able to keep that right distance. Fisher is having a bit of a difficult time to get onto point. Keller looking for an opportunity to be able to use his pulse bomb. And boy, howdy, have they found it. A fantastic show force from Fisher. Really only needed to commit the pulse bomb to win this team fight.
And that's all they really needed, right? Like, throw in the pulse bomb. They shut down the overclock from Nate. Ideal Warrior doesn't really get much from the Meteor Strike. And now the Blue Hen's desperate. 5%. You gotta figure out who's gonna touch, and it looks like it should be Hyper.
Indeed so, they were able to touch it. You can see that Pod took a lot of damage, forced to recall to get their health back up. Now the beat has come back into play, saves Ideal Warrior at the last possible second, and now Juno, that Kitsune rush, Faded, being tossed around. You can see that they're going to find any possible target that they can, but caught inside of the Disruptor shot to slow them down, but even with the low amount of health that they have, are going to be able to hold on to Presso. It doesn't matter if they're playing Echo, Doomfist, Tracer, you name it. They are getting the kills. Pod 36,000, a last second ditch effort for a pulse bomb, does manage to kill Keller, but that's all you're gonna be getting. Fisher College taking Lijiang Tower.
They win the map pick. I will say, Delaware looked better in this game than they did very early in the season when these teams played. I think it was like week 2 or week 3 that they played against each other, and they look better. That is for sure. I think they're trying to grasp this meta, and at times it seems like they do when the hog is in play. What a nice little turnaround punch. Oh my god.
Wow.
But
okay.
I do think Fisher was ready for this Doom meta. You can tell Faded's like, give it to me. Just give it to me. I will take you to the promised land. I will get you triple kills all day. So the worry comes now for Delaware. It is Fisher map ban, Delaware map pick. You cannot pick a map that Doomfist is extremely good at. And the problem is there's not many that he's not good at the moment.
And I feel like even if Doomfist wasn't good, Faded would figure out a way to make Doomfist work. I gotta say, though, it was like you said, it was, and especially with what we were seeing there on tower. I mean, you know, Delaware, a really rough start on tower. Obviously, we just saw it in that play of the game. But they came back, and they actually got that percentage line pretty dang close. I mean, you know,
it's like
based
86?
on what we saw there, it was at 86%. So it was 100 to 86, and they were able to win out in a couple of very pivotal team fights to be able to bring themselves back up. And in all fairness' sake as well, we got to remember that Fisher, when they dropped that point, it was already at 86% for themselves as well on top of that. And so, you know, 86%, it's obviously not 99. You know, you still have some time, you still have some wiggle room to work around with, but being able to get from 0 to 86 where they got to is an impressive feat, especially with what Fisher was doing there. And we really had to say for Nate 12, you know, I talked a lot about the Sojourn nerfs, obviously, and how they've been impacting her, but Nate 12, you know, still able to make it, still understanding what they need to do. Right. And that's the thing, is when these nerfs come through, you have to understand, what can I still do on Sojourn? What can I still do on this hero that can still put in the work that we used to have pre-nerf?
Exactly. It's like, you have to play a little smarter. You're not going to get away with as many crazy shots from across the map, right? Like, you're not going to be sniping Faras out of the air and, you know, one-shot headshotting them with a full charge shot. But it's still, hey, Disruptor Shot still does a great job of the slow, and it helps assist the Roadhog hooks with the slow effect. And I think that's where they're trying to get at. And it's also, at this point, you've been playing her for weeks on end.
Yeah.
With the patch just coming in yesterday, it's not like these teams have had a lot of time to practice. Like, they've had maybe 30 hours, maybe, if that, to try and practice this new season of Overwatch 2. So I think at this point, they're like, okay, we want to take what we had. We can try and mess with it a little bit for the Doomfist. I will give credit to them. They realized right away, we're not going to win the Doom there. We need to try and play the counter with the Hog, try and do the counter dive. And they, at least, as I said, like, when they capped point over on Gardens, they calmed down. It's like, okay, take a fight at a time. They only used one ult. They won the fight still. They don't win that next fight because at that point Fisher was able to build up a few ults, but it's still like, they're in this. It's not like Fisher dominating teams like we've seen a lot of this season, where the 3-0ing them. It's like, okay, we're shoving them aside. Delaware is fighting back in a lot of these rounds, and I'm curious to see if map picks do become a huge factor.
Well, speaking of maps, Jesse,
okay,
guess where we're going? A favorite, a classic, some might say. Listen, Jesse. I hope you're. I think
I was kind of hoping we weren't gonna. Is it Kings Row?
It's Kings Row. We're going up the beautiful, mean streets of Kings Row, which I'm going to be honest. That's going to be a tough one, I think, for Delaware to win out on, because Kings Row really does favor Doomfist, and the way that I mean, the closer quarters, people are going to be getting hit onto some walls like crazy.
That is very true, but I could also see it to where they're just trying to get at it. Okay, maybe we can just keep track of Faded easier this way. There's not as many flank angles, and they can try and shut down the Echo a little bit more towards third phase. So maybe that's the angle they're trying to get at here. That would be my guess. Is that okay? We can at least keep an eye on Faded a little bit better. And Fisher, why not just keep running what you were running with? I love the Echo pick. Like, as we talked about just briefly, it's a great counter to Hog because it's so constant. And I wonder if Delaware is going to try to make an adaptation to where it's either, you know, a May comes in play to try and deal with Faded with the walls, or if something else is going to happen is Nate. Well, that's not normally what you expect.
That isn't what you expected. Look at Goose. Got a nice little 5% charge out of just that one little headshot onto Nade, forcing them off the Widowmaker. They weren't even able to take one little shot on that before going over to the Sojourn. And now Faded has begun their approach. You can see what they do. They punch Ideal Warrior back into their team and see maybe if the damage is going to be able to come through. But Ideal Warrior, being the tank that they are, is going to survive. You do force them to use that heal, but Faded goes right into the back line, and that is going to cost them their life. Ideal Warrior, a very good recognition of being able to turn around and get rid of the nuisance that has been the Doomfist so far. But the Terror of the Skies, Depresso, is not going to make this easy for Delaware to get onto the point. But as it's starting to tick away, it looks indeed like Delaware might be able to get this, but with Faded on the Doomfist, they can get back like that, like a finger snap. Look at that, already on the field.
They do lose their Lucio, though, right before the Doomfist comes back into play. They don't have the speed to get out, Sam. And what a way to punch back if you're Delaware. 5.5 minutes, and the focus fire is just so good. It's almost like that the later end of that first fight, they're almost baiting Fade. It's like, yeah, come on in. Don't worry about it. No, come on. And instantly hooked. Everybody's shooting at him. Instantly dead. No way they can get the fuel they need. And they have now forced Fisher over to the Roadhog. So far, it seems like the map pick, even though you and I were a little skeptical about it initially, admittedly, it seems to be working at least a little bit to where they're forcing Fisher to a different look.
And now this is going to be interesting because Faded on the Roadhog, what are the hooks going to look like from this tank who has been playing nothing but Doomfist so far? Oh, if I were Nate, I would be breathing a sigh of relief. That hook was right in my face, but I still get to survive and live another day. Now we see a Kitsune Rush come forth from Goose and Hyper, popping the beat, but it's not going to be good enough for Ideal Warrior as Faded is just as deadly on the Roadhog as they were on the Doomfist.
But it's okay. Yeah, I get it. The Doomfist pick isn't great here, but yeah, no, I'll just swap right back over to the Hog, and I'll try and win the 1v1 there. And if you're Delaware, not too bad though. You use 1-0, and now Pod, as soon as the Roadhog becomes in play, they go back over to that Reaper that we've seen in previous patches. The previous patch where Roadhog was played pretty consistently.
All right, Nate, you build up to a full railgun shot. You know that Tracer's hiding out in your back line. You're going to be looking for a headshot, and that's exactly what I was going to be looking for. A beautiful shot comes in. However, Depresso, now a Roadhog, a good hook from Ideal Warrior to stop that right into the whole hog to be able to push them away and maybe be able to create some space for your team. Nate 12, you are looking fantastic on the Sojourn as you're getting pick after pick after pick.
And it's Fisher's like, okay, we have to slowly back. Oh, Mekon gets taken out, and I just barely Ideal Warrior is able to get out with their life. It's almost this half push in from Fisher, but now with the Hanzo now in play, able to hit a nice little headshot, and Delaware have to be a little cautious now without their hit scan on the field.
This is my favorite time of the new patches, Jesse. Everyone trying every single hero and seeing what sticks. And now we have Hanzo, who, man, I can't remember the last time I've seen him in a competitive setting. Faded misses their hook. Ideal Warrior does not, pulls them in, but Faded is able to get out, and thanks to the help of their team. And Lucio on top of that speed boost, but Ideal Warrior is ready to go. A double kill already for them into this initial team fight as the card is inching closer and closer, and now they see two targets, two juicy targets, a Hanzo and a Kiriko. The Kiriko is able to stay alive through it all, but not for long. Card is going to be able to make it to point B, and I mean, Jesse, this is a whole new Delaware we're seeing.
It seems like, okay, we took a map to kind of warm up, and it may turn into this series a who picks what map, right? Like I said it earlier in a little bit more of a hopium sense, but Delaware is really punching above their weight right now, and as I'm saying, the Ideal Warrior just gets burned down at the focusing beam of Depresso. Gonna force them to back up just a little bit here. And I at least like that, hey, Keller's trying a few different things. I think the thing that's holding Fisher back right now is Mekon is getting caught out a lot during these fights early on, and they're getting hooked pretty consistently by Ideal Warrior, and it sets up the fight in the tempo that Delaware want to play.
Ooh, that was a really good hook, and now you're going to see that Keller is going to use the Dragons to maybe be able to catch out Ideal Warrior. But now Faded, look at how far back they were. Ideal Warrior has just such good positioning to be able to put Faded in that corner, but you can just see what the raw DPS of a Hanzo brings to the table. Just deleted a Roadhog of all things.
And if you hit those storm arrows, you go from 600 to nothing pretty quick if you're Ideal Warrior, and a nice little comeback there from Fisher. Seemed like they were out of the fight for a second, but the DPS duo of Depresso and Keller are able to bring it back. And Mikan now has this, will have the Storm Barrier online in just a moment. Hyper having to use theirs the previous fight.
Oh, the Kitsune rush at Hanzo. That's going to be fun. And now, 36,000. You wanted to. You had the idea in your brain, the blueprints that were happening. But you may have forgotten the tiny little bit that Keller exists. And on top of that, the beat to keep them safe, to land that kind of a headshot, completely negated.
That was a puzzling one to me. Because you're going into a Kitsune, which I don't mind you trying to catch them off guard, but as soon as they realize you're there, they have that extra speed, right? Like, they're just gonna burn you down, and yes, you got the Somber out of it, but at what cost?
Well, we saw it. The cost was indeed them going down. Both of the tanks are gone. 8-12, a very clean overclock kill. But Depresso, as always, that laser beam has proven to be the death many a times of Ideal Warrior. And now the dragons come through, pushes them back towards spawn. And just in the last second, I'm pretty sure like the tail tickled Hyper as they were trying to escape. And down they go. Oh my gosh, Keller.
An unorthodox pick, but it is working out so well right now for Keller as they just keep lining it up. They're getting a Dragon Strike almost once a minute, I would say, roughly. And it's just forcing Delaware to take such odd positioning, just either confirming a kill or separating Delaware to where they get split, and the rest of the team can take the fight from there.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm sorry. I blinked for a second. I saw the dragons go out, and already Keller is at 42%. A Kitsune Rush, however, comes in from Delaware. Now we're looking for opportunities to go inside and make the damage happen. Depresso wanted to be able to find an opportunity to use that duplicate on the Reaper, but was not able to as they get caught out by the whole hog. Oh, Keller! They were hooked, but they get behind the box just in time to stay alive. And now Hyper, feeling a little bit cautious about that Kitsune Rush, wants to drop the beat. It seems, though, that is just a matter of patience for Fisher as you wait for it to go down, and Keller. And this Hanzo is a match made in heaven.
It really is. Fisher have rebounded extremely well, and they just love playing around this corner. Keller has the Dragon Strike yet again. It's going to throw off what Delaware want to try and use, as Nate has been silenced throughout this final phase of this map, has not been allowed to do anything by Fisher.
All right, last second. They need to get onto the payload. They need to start making some picks, and they need to win out in this team fight as we are about to be brought into overtime. But Keller already has what they want to do with this Dragon Strike. It goes in, and it goes in fast, but with a decent hook from Ideal Warrior. Catches faded out, and Mikan was not able to get the beat off in time to save their Hog's life, their tank's life. They are going to be coming back into the field, but this is what Ideal Warrior needed to do. They need to be landing hooks like this in order to secure victory and this point for their team. Now inside of the whole hog, not quite able to get the kills, but time and time again, we're seeing Ideal Warrior landing hook after hook after hook, invaded inside of their whole hog. Unfortunately, as we have been seeing, not quite able to make it. And against all odds, Delaware is able to take the payload all of the way through Jesse in overtime.
They just sneak it right in, Sam. It's like, no, we're not done yet. Don't count us out quite yet. And I love that. It's just like, all right, we're gonna keep just barraging and barraging, keep pushing through. And I almost got worried there because it seemed like Hyper and Ideal Warrior got separated from the Dragons. They were on the front side facing the defense alone. They were like, everybody else was behind the Dragons, couldn't see them, and they're able to get out. And at that point, the ults start running up. And even though Nate doesn't get a ton from the overclock, again, it is eyes from Fisher like, hey, where's Soldier going? It's just that slight little focus change. Ideal Warrior gets a hook, uses whole hog, and from there, it just keeps on rolling through. And Ideal Warrior, when this team needs it, as you said, the hook, he's stepping up. The hooks just keep hitting. And he is now looking like the more confident tank over Faded after Faded looked so good on the Doomfist over in map 1.
I mean, Ideal Warrior, those hooks. Wow. Chef's kiss. Wow, indeed. They were able to land the necessary hooks that they needed to. And there was a lot of pressure. Right, Jesse? Riding in that overtime moment. It was scary. I was scared for them. But Ideal Warrior, made of sterner stuff than I am, for sure. Look at what they were able to do. Look at how they did. Look at what they did for their team. Bringing the payload all of the way. Sure, it's overtime, but that is better than not being able to make it.
It is still more than A. I believe this team pushed Fisher the first time these teams played against each other about a month and a half ago. And B, I think it's farther than any team has really pushed Fisher as of late, right? Like,
right.
Again, Fisher's the number 1 seed for a reason. Delaware the number 8, but their only loss was to Fisher. So it's like these are 2 of the higher teams in the ECAC this season, and I'm very intrigued to see how Fisher try and answer now. As Keller is going to stay in the Hanzo, I like the call. Dude was an absolute menace on the Hanzo. But attack Hanzo is a little bit trickier because you don't have those angles as a default. You have to try and push in to get those angles. So I'm kind of curious how they want to try and go at that.
I'm very curious as well. Maybe we can get an initial pick. That's kind of how Hanzo works. Very annoying that way. You see one arrow come towards you, and then all of a sudden it's in your face, and you are looking at a timer. Still, though, not quite able to find what they're looking for just yet, but that's what this game is about, the patience to see who can we get and how can we make this happen. I'm also liking what I'm seeing here from Depresso. Let's get back over to the Sojourn. Nate was able to make it work for them. We can make it work for us. And that Disruptor shot nerfed as well, does a little less damage, and you can see, hey, we're able to survive a little bit through that. But as they're trying to leave the hotel room, their checkout comes hard and fast, Jesse.
No late checkout for Delaware whatsoever. They get just shunned out and almost get the stagger pick on Juno as well. It seems like they are at least able to get out to deny the stagger for Fisher. That would have guaranteed so much more cart progress. But again, Keller, A, has a Dragon Strike already, and B, Depresso already lining up the shots. And just Nate's rough round continues, honestly. And you wonder if getting him back on the right track is going to be something that Delaware need. That is just not the start you need in this fight if you're Delaware.
No, it's not. It's a good combination of what we're seeing here from Fisher. Faded hooks in, and then you rely on Keller to pop the Storm Arrow and just put the arrows into Ideal Warrior. And oh my gosh, poor Tank was just deleted.
Yeah, he was like, all right, yeah, I'm here, guys, and then no, I'm going back to spawn, I guess. Oh no. So this cart already 70 meters gone, and Delaware may be lucky if they get 1 or 2 fights out of this if they lose the first.
Ooh, I'm already interested to see Depresso and an overclock. A dream and a shot. Okay, Keller, a dragon, you're gonna cut him off like that, deal a lot of damage? And inside of a Kitsune Rush is going to be faded, getting the headshot kill onto Ideal Warrior. Now Keller looking for any heads, any opportunities. They are hungry and they are aggressive. Not over aggressive, they are just aggressive. They're ready for this.
There's like, no, you thought you had a decent time? We're gonna have even a better time. 5.5 minutes entering final phase. And Delaware, again, the Dragon Strike from Keller separates Ideal Warrior from the rest of the team. Hook comes through, Fisher capitalizes, and they can just keep doing the business from there.
Ooh, that's a really good Kitsune Rush. Ideal Warrior getting the revenge onto Faded. A headshot for them as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing here, though. The team of Fisher has pushed all the way back, and Ideal Warrior a little fearful of what Keller is able to do.
Without their main healer as well, Juno gets headshot late from Keller, so Fisher at least have a little bit of real estate when the Blue Hens try and wait for their Kiriko to get back into the play.
Oh, this ends now. Nate 12, can you make it in now is the question. You're going to be pushed away by that whole hog, and the range differential that is going to be given to you is going to take away a lot of the damage that we could have seen from that overclock. 36,000. A Reaper is back on the field, and Depresso is going to be feeling that in the morning. Speaking of feeling that in the morning, Ideal Warrior is as Faded. These hooks, these Roadhog hooks are making me go crazy, Jesse.
Neither of them are missing, right? It's more who gets the better setup and who has the better follow-up on some of these hooks. It seems like Fisher's communication, at least as of this round, have just been so much cleaner than the Blue Hens, and this cart slowly rolls on through. Delaware got to be praying for a pod masterclass.
You really do have to be praying for that. Hopefully this time around it'll go much better for them than what they tried to do last time, but it's already looking a lot more dangerous. You gotta wait for Depresso to get outside of that overclock. You can see 46 HP. Pod 36,000 wasn't even able to get outside of that little cubby. And now Keller and this Hanzo. It is destruction made man. And Fisher, they're gonna take the payload all of the way. but with a 3-minute and 49-second time bank.
Way to silence the doubters, Fisher. We're talking about it after Delaware's like, okay, you know, Fisher getting pushed a little bit here. What are they gonna do? It's like, yeah, we're just gonna push with 3:49 left. Damn. That's about all I got, because it was nearly perfect from Fisher. There was one or two times to where one of them got a little over aggressive and they got caught out for it by Delaware, but other than that, everything was spot on from Fisher. You don't get much better than what just happened. And you can tell Delaware they're a bit stunned. They don't really know what to do about that. It's like, oh, we felt so good about ourselves, and then they just ran through us on the defense of Delaware. So this is going to be an interesting few minutes here, because obviously Fisher odds on going to be going up 2-0 in this series. But if you're Delaware, even if you get this down to a minute or so, it's at least getting a little bit of that dignity and confidence back to where you can take it into map 3. Just at least try and start bringing this back in a reverse sweep.
Okay. Yeah, we are getting the whole roster right now from Fisher. We have Depresso on the Reaper now. Faded
I thought they were gonna meme.
on the Junker Queen. I thought they were memeing too, but Junker Queen did get a little bit of a buff of her own. We're going to see how that buff is going to work out for them. Delaware on the flip side, I didn't realize this. Hyper is playing the Ana. And so you throw in the anti-nade, you're going to hope for something there. But of course, we know what happens with the anti-nade into Kiriko. The protection Suzu immediately cleanses them. And look at this. Fisher just walks right on to point. They're looking for this kind of brawly style composition that you're looking for with the Junker Queen, that you're looking for with the Reaper. Jesse, as the words were coming out of my mouth, Fisher has taken King's Row.
And you could tell Joe was like, oh, we're going to go to the Ana for, you know, the Roadhog. And then Junker Queen walks out. It's like, oh, okay.
What?
Like,
the Junker Queen is the play of the game?
You don't expect the Junker Queen because she got a small buff and she also got a small nerf. So she's kind of in this weird spot to where it's like, okay, she's kind of down there right now with Wrecking Ball, I would say, and two of the worst tanks in the game right now.
Yeah.
And they still make it work because it's like, okay, play really fast. All we need is a tick. We don't need to plan long game there. We try playing really short. Catch them off guard, cap point, go 2-0 up. And now the blue heads are kind of sitting here like, okay, where do we go?
Junker Queen? What?
Is this, you know, Overwatch League like back 4 months ago?
Right? It also makes a lot of sense with what we just saw there in that play of the game as well. Faded was landing those Gracie knife hits one after another, and you're able to pull them in. It's kind of like a mini hog hook, right? But it does that damage over time that happens. And of course, Junker Queen is Junker Queen. So if she gets in your face, she's able to start swinging the axe and start dealing a lot of damage of her own. And so there you have it. I mean, Delaware now sitting at that mark where you're looking at Fisher and you're trying to understand, all right, what can we do to stand up against this team who is currently sitting 2-0? We're looking at series point now, Jesse. We need to start reversing things.
I think, you try and get Nate a little more confident because you've seen tonight when Nate's hitting their shots, Delaware plays well. When Nate is off, Delaware is off. Right? Like, it is a very hard thing where it's like, if your Sojourn is playing really well, odds on you were doing really well. If your Sojourn's not getting the picks needed, it does not end up very well for you. So I think part of it is just get Nate's confidence back up. And I don't mind them trying to go anti-Faded, right? Like, they're trying to shut down Faded, whether it be on the Doom or the Hog. I honestly think you need to start looking at the back line because there's a reason why he is living so long. And it's because of how well the support line is working. And again, when they were getting constant picks on the Mekon during the beginning of these fights, Fisher were slow. They could not get out with speed and they got caught out. Mekon, I don't think during their attack, did he die? Like, I honestly don't know if he did. So it's like, if they can focus the back line a bit, Delaware had the right idea. It is just repeating that now in these future rounds to where they can at least maybe try and get this going in their favor just a little bit.
It's all about getting that necessary target out of the way as quick as possible. And it seems to be Mekon indeed on the Lucio. Those speed boosts have been so vital to what Fisher, the oppressiveness of Fisher, going in there so fast, so quickly. He's going to be dealing so much damage. But hey, Another map, a new dream, and a potential for a reverse sweep. It is an escort map, Jesse, and this is one that I didn't quite expect to see. The map of Circuit Royale.
I could see it to where it's like, the Doomfist is not going to work here. Like, if they're going to try to run the Doomfist, it is not going to work. My worry is you're playing a Keller's Hanzo hand here a bit, right? Like, this is a sniper map. So you are banking on the fact that Pod, you were either going to be trying to put Pod on a hit scan roll or a sniper roll to try and run double sniper with Sig, or you were trying to play close and shut down the space when honestly playing far back with a Bapzen Sig comp is so good. But I'm kind of curious what to wait and see just here in a second. They are looking to go that route. So Pod goes over to the Widow. I don't mind this then. Put Pod on the Widow, and Hyper is way more comfortable on the Zen than he is the Lucio from when I've been able to watch him the last year or so. So I think they're just banking on more of their support line fragging out than their DPS line trying to match what Fisher are doing.
I'm like, ooh, Ideal Warrior, you having fun here? You want to maybe try out the ball?
Would this be the first time we've seen ball?
Okay.
Okay.
Going back
I was
to
about
spawn.
to say, like, they get to play the meme game a little bit here, but I'm like, that's a little bit farther than memes.
Listen, it gives me a little bit of nervousness right there. Already we see Pod 36,000 take a shot, but Goose is able to stay away with their little Zenyatta Robo head intact. Going to take the high ground now, see if there's going to be any potential targets. But of course for Fisher, it's all about setting up on top of or below the bridge, looking for any potential targets. And now these snipers have a lot of work to do. The smaller hit boxes that they need to hit is going to be absolutely pivotal to making sure that they can secure these rounds for themselves. The payload is moving a little bit forward, but once it gets to the bridge, that's where the action is going to be happening. And already action is indeed going to be happening. Keller, first blood.
Pod not able to get anything. Well, second, just able back to back. It's like, no, you don't get to stand back. That's fine. I'm going to be frontlining, getting a triple kill. That is Keller, ladies and gentlemen. And
wow.
What a play from there. It's like, no, we're gonna go right on in. Nate didn't get to do anything that fight. They were sitting there breaking shields, and by the time they got over the bridge, they get shot in the face by Keller. So far the gamble not paying off for Delaware. But as you said, this fight going to be more towards bridge, and a little bit of overconfidence gets punished.
Confidence is the slow and insidious killer, and its name is going to be Pod 36,000. And this is what I've been looking for, Jesse. A Widow v Widow battle, and it looks like Pod 36,000 is going to scare away Depresso and force them back to the loving arms of the rest of their team. Keller is going to regroup soon as well with Fisher, and so this team is going to be fighting at full force. Ideal Warrior took a headshot and a heck of a lot of damage there, but now we're seeing the DPS line of Delaware really starting to put in the work. However, with the loss of Ideal Warrior, with the loss of their tank, everything else is going to be starting to collapse shortly thereafter. These snipers are going to have free roam to do whatever they want.
It seemed so good for Delaware there for a second, right? Like, you rock faded out of Flux. You were able to take out Depresso pretty quick, and you're not able to clutch it up because, like, Ideal Warrior gets killed, like, as they're throwing that rock. And nothing else really comes out of it. Again, the protection, as you said, in the hands of Fisher, and they can just sit back nice and pretty and waiting for Delaware to try and make a move when Depresso is they're not hitting as many of the shots. They're drawing a lot of the attention though away from Keller.
And that's sometimes some of the most important things that you can do here. Already we're going to have the dragons coming out from Nate. They do manage to cut off Ideal Warrior from themselves, but now it's another dragons from Keller. Both of the transcendences are going down. We're going to be feeling a lot of peace in the morning, but Juno doesn't care about no stinking transcendence. Heads still had to be flying.
And he's like, okay, don't worry about it. Like, the transcendence, it's fine. It's fine. We don't got to worry about it at all. As soon as I say they're not hitting the shots, they hit a nice little flick as well on the pod. Faded's able to finish it up, and Fisher looking so comfortable on the map pick of Delaware. And Delaware, they don't even have the ult really to push on in here. They have Infrasight to at least try and scout out where Fisher's defending here, but all they're really going to have is that Amp Matrix to maybe try and break shield and get around this initial corner, but there's still so much work to be done, Sam.
Scary. And so much work to be done with so little time, Jesse. It's like my college career all over again as we have to try and push forward more. But what can you do? You got to get to the payload, and you have but one ultimate, an amplification matrix. Meanwhile, Beta can draw out time using their gravitic flux. Up in the air, we're going to see Ideal Warrior go and down into the ground permanently as they are forced back into the spawn room once more. But Pod 36,000, undeterred by the death of their tank, is going to be able to take out Keller, but I'd rather be taking a tank than anything else from that one.
And if you're Delaware, you can't reset and back up. Right? You have to sit at bridge because this time's ticking down. Somebody does touch, triggers overtime, but your tank is just getting back into the fray.
Just getting back into the fray, and already you've lost your support, you've lost a DPS, and now it's all going downhill as the numbers are starting to lean towards Fisher. I mean, even before this team fight happened, even before Ideal Warrior was able to get there, it was leaning in the favor of Fisher, but now as overtime ticks away, 73.15 meters for Delaware. Fisher does not have far to go, Jesse.
You wonder if Delaware tries to spawn hold here to guarantee an extra fight. Because if they try and hold by bridge, there is a chance that you only get that one fight. If you at least try and go up, it's almost like a Havana strat from when Havana was in the competitive pool. I'm kind of curious when that's going to get thrown back into the mix. But a lot of teams would hold spawn just so they can guarantee another fight. So I wonder if that's the route Delaware is going to try and go, or if they're like, hey, we just need to trust the process with the snipers here and play on backside bridge.
Whatever the decision is, it's going to have to be one that works for them. And Delaware, they're going for the comfort picks right now. We're going back to something that worked for us on other maps. We need to really make sure that we win out in this team fight, because look at where those golden gates are. Jesse, you don't have to go far at all if you're Fisher. And for Fisher as well, they're feeling a little cheeky themselves. Maybe a pharmacy is going to come out of these gates.
Would love to see a little bit of a pharmacy pick. It does seem like Delaware are aiming for a somewhat of a spawn hold here as they're trying to crouch around. If that cart was another 15 meters, around that corner near the finish of first phase, it'd be a completely different story. But it only gets halfway through that U-turn. It's such a rough spot to be if you're the Blue Hens. And yeah, they're going to try and rush forward here or just play right by cart. Oh, faded.
Oh, that's really good from Ideal Warrior. Okay, this is what you were saying, right, Jesse? Get in their faces. Start trying to delay as much time as you possibly can. You need to fight them at the spawn room, but this has become a lot more difficult for this team to take on the pharmacy.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like, Nate, do your thing. And, well, Nate can't do their thing from spawn. Keller is able to take him out. And now this pharmacy is free to fly where they like.
Indeed so. You're going to have to rely on making sure that Ideal Warrior is as good as hooking things out of the sky as they are the ground. Unbelievable. They actually do take out Depresso. What? Okay, Ideal Warrior. You're making me believe the hog hook dream.
Is like, nah, we're staying alive in this. Even though a little bit of trash talk going on in the chat. I think Keller put a little L in the chat after the Junkrat pick, but they're gonna go right back over to this double. Sniper / hit scan look. Depressor going back over to that soldier, and that looked so good earlier. And Delaware just trying to run it in the back.
And it's working. You get right in the face of Keller. You don't allow them to do anything with a sniper. Meanwhile, you're not allowing them to do anything with the sniper. Depresso is able to just start getting railgun shots and start killing almost everybody on the side of Delaware. And the cart is pushing forward slowly and slowly. A really good hook from Ideal Warrior, but they were caught inside of the disruptor shot, and that proves to be their gravestone. Down goes Delaware. Do they have time, Jesse?
Hyper may be able to touch, but I think it won't. Never mind. Hyper is Hyper is laying in the grave, and I think that's so real the chances of the Blue Hens.
Okay, all right, Depresso, you pop the overclock. Then you find out the Lucio is. You snipe their head right off. Fisher is going to be winning out in this series against University of Delaware 3-0. And a nice Depresso play of the game is Widowmaker. Well.
They're even saying chat, skip. But honestly, a decent play here. Nice little headshot there over on the pod. And Fisher, again, going into this, the favorite, right? They're the #1 seed. They haven't lost. But I will give credit to Delaware. Early on, they did push back a little bit. And it seemed as Fisher got into Zuccarello, that's like, okay, we got this. Like that seemed to be their comfort pick. And you wonder if it was just a wrong decision from Delaware. And obviously they're not going to know. Like they may not know what the best maps of Fisher are. I do think Fisher is the team to beat though right now. Like even if you're Ball State, without Boise State into the mix, this is a scary team to play against. They are looking sharp. And to think that this is maybe not even the best that they've played before. You know, they had their moments of over-aggression where, you know, especially Keller got caught out a few times. Mekon as well got caught out a lot by the Hog early on in Kings Row. And yet they're still able to have nearly 4 minutes on Kings Row attack and have an amazing Circuit Royale run. Team of the league right now, I would say. And, you know, number one seed, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. Fisher is a unbelievable team. They really know how to play the game of Overwatch 2, even inside of this new patch where the entire landscape has changed. They were still able to make it work. But a small break as we try to get an interview from someone with Fisher. Make sure you stick right there.
Years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Hot off their win, we've managed to grab Fisher College's Lucio support extraordinaire, Mekon. And I mean, listen, what an insane game that you guys played tonight, Mekon. How is the team feeling coming off this win? And how's the confidence as the grand finals are approaching?
Oh, we're feeling really good. It's been, I will say it's been a pretty easy run so far in the ECAC playoffs, and our only goal for this tournament is to win the whole thing.
Well, it's looking more and more likely that you guys are going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going into tonight, obviously, Season 2 of Overwatch just started yesterday. How are you guys feeling about the Doomfist meta potentially being upon us? You guys played it out a little bit. You eventually shifted back over to the Roadhog. But how are you guys thinking about Doomfist in the meta currently for you?
Well, he's been out for, at least Season 2's been out for only a little bit. So we're still trying to figure things out. But no, Doomfist is looking really good. And I believe he will be pretty crucial when everything gets settled with maybe a potential meta shift, maybe go from Roadhog to Doomfist, who knows. But so far he's looking really strong, but we stopped the Roadhog because it's what we've been used to. And then, it worked out today.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. It seemed like as soon as Faded took a few rounds and a few minutes, okay, we're in the Roadhog meta now, and just started landing hooks left and right. Obviously you guys play. Actually, you'll be to be determined who you play, either Keen or I believe it's Bethel, who are both playing right now. Who are you guys kind of looking as the only team that you guys would think could even challenge you guys right now? Because it's them, I think Ball State and Mount, I believe, are all left.
I think we're expecting to face Ball State in the final. At this point, we're really expecting to win the whole thing, and we're not gonna put our guard down for any team. Although I do want to face Keene University because they beat our JV team, and we want to get revenge for them.
Oh,
that's fair.
I like that. Yeah, definitely fair. All right, well, Mekon, hey, any shout outs that you want to give out to anybody?
I want to give a shout out to my team. Beside me is Keller. He said, as Sam talks, Keller said he loves you. So.
What, me? Ooh, okay. Listen, I'm blushing over here now.
But shout out to Keller and the rest of the Fisher program. It's been really fun here so far. We're a first year college and we're doing really well as a whole program. So, and shout outs to my directors, Brian Hummel and Aaron Koyakumo. They've been really helpful with getting us settled and getting us to play at our best.
Well, listen, you guys have been playing your best. You proved that here tonight. And I'm very excited to see how your team is going to be doing in these upcoming grand finals. And tell Keller I said thank you.
Of course.
I'm blushing. I'm still blushing. But thank you so much, Mikan. And hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, and that is going to be it for us for tonight, but make sure that you go ahead and follow the channel because we still have some more exciting upcoming action later on in the weekend. Of course, next week, the grand finals for ECAC Overwatch 2. Jesse, any final thoughts for tonight?
As he said, they are the favorites going in. Ball State won 3-0 tonight in pretty dominant fashion as well. I would not be surprised if we saw the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed a week from today. Which, hey, I can't wait. You and I get to call that game, and that is going to be quite a matchup, my friend.
I cannot wait, Jesse, but we do have to wait until next week. Once again, make sure to hit that follow button. And of course, thank you to our producer and observer in the background. You two are absolutely amazing. And we'll see all of you in the next broadcast.
See ya.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today?
Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
I think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can